Hello again everyone, Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment, I'm going to be talking about people that have a Taurus sun and Gemini moon in their natal chart, and I'm going to elaborate and expound on that. What I'm talking about is people that have that sun-moon combination in their chart, a Taurus sun and Gemini moon. Now in this case, with the basic character, the sun, in this case Taurus, can be very loyal, steadfast, trustworthy, patient, persistent, and placid and calm. Now on the unconscious side, it's a complete contrast of the sun. I mean, the moon being in Gemini is more loquacious, versatile, could be actually contradictory, very verbose and eloquent, restless and mobile. And the thing about this is, now when you have the Taurus sun, the sun sign is our basic character, it's our fundamental demeanor, personality. The unconscious side is, it states unconscious, and the sun is the more conscious side. Now the moon energy may come out more with people you're close to home with, if you feel comfortable around, and even in your home. So the moon in Gemini, the Gemini energy may come out more around people you feel close with, and the people that your home, your family members, the more mercurial side may come out at that time, where the fundamental character, which is the sun in Taurus, remains the same. I mean, remains what it is. Of course, it's a stable, steady Taurus sun. Moon in Gemini, a far contrast to the sun sign, can be more more changeable and more adaptable than the typical, having just the typical sun in Taurus, because the moon in Gemini can modify this naturally, because Gemini can be very adaptable. Now, and the thing is, like in this example, the person may bring those persistent and loyal, those Taurus qualities. It could be into something Gemini related, which could be simply be just doing something with the news, working as a driver. It could be just general communications, something with manual dexterity, which can include auto or refrigeration mechanics. It could be a mail courier. It's something where the person may bring those steady qualities, which is Taurus qualities, into something Gemini related. Now, the thing about this is the sun in our charts, it reflects our basic wants, and the Taurus sun wants to express pleasure and make money. And the Gemini moon, the moon is about our emotional needs. And the Gemini moon may need to communicate, assimilate information, disseminate it as well, and express cleverness. And like Gemini moon can be about mobility. And the thing about this is too, the Gemini moon may also often feel like games of mental agility, and the true self, which is the sun, being in Taurus, may be sedentary, stagnant, difficult to go anywhere, very stable, reliable, persevering. Where you have the inner, the inner self, which is the moon, and being in Gemini in this case, can be more vivacious, mercurial, sometimes superficial, and can be lively and talkative. So again, you have a very strong disparity between the basic character and the moon sign being in Gemini. And this is also too, the person may be driven and motivated, which is the sun, and it can be to have stability, which is Taurus. To attain, and might attain this doing manifold, which is Gemini, activities. It could be just various activities in order to have that financial stability, to have that peace in one's life. And the sun is about our actions, and in this case, with the sun being in Taurus, the actions can be very deliberate and very methodical. Now again, in contrast to this, the moon is about our reactions and responses. And being with the moon being in Gemini in this case, the reactions can be more quick, excitable, high-strung, if this is if this is in a conjunction aspect, um, you know, let's say if the Taurus sun is at 28 degrees and the Gemini moon is at 2 degrees as an example, there can be very intensified focus, and focus is about the sun, and it can be on things associated with the Gemini moon, meaning things associated with the emotional needs, which is general communication, assimilating information, variety. It could be just general mental stimulation. It could be games associated with mental stimulation like IQ or lumosity as some examples. And some people don't believe you can have out of sign aspects. I do believe you can, and I'm going to illustrate this in this example. Now, let's say somebody has the sun in Cancer, at 0 degrees, right? And Mercury in Gemini is at 29 degrees. Now, those two planets are not in the same sign, but they're in very close proximity to each other. And when you have those planets very close to each other, I mean, you can have friction between them because you have the closeness, the close proximity in them. And that's why I believe that you can have out of sign aspects, and whether in that case a conjunction, or it could be a sextile, a trine, a square, an opposition, and I would say even in conjunct aspect as well. There's a debate, I would say, in conjunct, whether it's a major or minor aspect, but I would go with the major aspect. I think in conjuncts they are significant, and they can have a strong impact. They could exert a strong influence in one's natal chart. Now, it's interesting with this Taurus Sun Gemini Moon combination. Actor Lee Majors has this, and I've said this before in other videos, I'll say it again, and I believe actors, actresses can be consciously, if not subconsciously, drawn to roles and scenes that correspond with their astrological energies. I think with Lee Majors, with the Taurus Sun and Gemini Moon, is certainly no exception to that. And many of you may remember him on The $6 Million Man. He played a bionic man. It'd be interesting that they would show scenes of him moving slowly. They would slow the movement down in like this Taurian type fashion, but he was actually moving really fast at an accelerated rate. And Gemini is the fastest, I would say the fastest moving of all the zodiac signs. So it was kind of like an odd synchronizing of that energy I felt when I would watch those scenes from The $6 Million Man, which started in Majors. But the thing about this as well is that when you have this combination, again, the sun is about our life, and somebody with a Taurus sun may be one that has a general life that has peace, that has stability, has consistency, and it might be somewhat monotonous and predictable. But with the Gemini moon, and the moon is also about our home life, and when you have the moon in Gemini, the home life can be very mercurial, and restless, and a lot of different moves. I have my moon in Gemini, and I've moved countless times. I could be called Mr. Peripatetic because of the numerous moves that I have. And it's just the Gemini moon, and also to the Gemini moon, I believe it comes out stronger in the chart. I've said this at least one other video. The Gemini moon comes out stronger in terms of the influence that it has on the chart, more so than the other moon signs for various reasons. And if somebody has a Taurus sun and Gemini moon, they'll be, you'll likely see the Gemini energy really modifying the Taurus sun energy. Anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment. Until next time, Edwin Learnard saying stay well.